Rengo TV Reactions back again with another one. You already done know what it is. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Let's get down to business. So, what we have here is a situation of Sinéad O'Connor. Yeah. Found unresponsive at her home in London. Isn't that something else? But see, what you don't understand is that in today's day, a lot of people, they took the sauce. And it's just a thing that a lot of people don't understand. The sauce have a way of, causing people to, check out and whatnot. It's really sad, but this is the world we live in, To everybody that comes in the building, you already done know the drill. Only post syringes if you use the C word or the J word. You know what the word is. Don't play dumb with me. I'm just going to block you, right? Let's not play dumb. Follow the instructions. Everything will be okay, right? If you think you're slick, we'll just pack you up. Just that simple, right? There's no way around it. So we want to talk about this story, shed some light on what's happening in these streets, to kind of educate people on what's happening here. I don't even know if I put a thumbnail for this video, to tell you the truth. I don't even know if I did. But anyway, we're doing a live, so I could just add one while I'm streaming. Anyway, Sinéad O'Connor was found in her own home, unresponsive, deleted. And, a lot of people are talking about it, sharing their thoughts and opinions. So I want to share mine. There's two ways you can spin this story. Either it's self-deletion or the potion. It's one of the other. There is no sacrifice here. Yeah, with this sacrifice stuff, everything is a sacrifice, right? This is what happens when you watch too many videos and you don't think logically and you don't do the research. You just run with sacrifice. Sacrifice what? Who sacrificed her? Who sacrificed her? See, you don't know. See, that's called being dumb. You got to do the research first. See, when you come to Rengo TV Reactions, we break down the information for you so that it makes sense. When you talk about sacrifices, you'll be able to know and pinpoint key players that are involved and who benefits. Do you understand? Everything that you hear is not a sacrifice. It's like you're entertained by the thought of sacrifice. Sacrifice what? What? Who do we point to? Who benefits? You don't got that information. See? The woman was unresponsive in her home. And if you pay attention to the news, if you pay attention to the story, it don't say anything that somebody broke into her house. It don't say anything about foul play. It don't say any of that. Nobody was around. So when you put the pieces together and you start to, be rational in your judgment, you start to understand that this woman have a history of a lot of different issues. See, I did the research. You know what I'm saying? I don't just run my traps. I do the research, let the story simmer, and then I begin to speak. You got to be wise when you talk. A lot of people are not. So they get themselves in trouble. So now let me do something real quick because I don't even know if I have a thumbnail for this video. I really don't know if I do. but let me edit this thing real quick. See if I have one. Oh, I do. I do have one, but let me update it. Let me update the avatar. Let me see. Yeah, this avatar looks more fitting for the stream. Okay, so peace and blessings to everybody that comes in. Make sure you get the likes up, and make sure you follow the rules. You know, no J words, no C words in the live chat. If I catch you, you're blocked permanently. I could care less who you are, right? I'm tired of repeating myself. If you've been watching my shows, you know the drill already. You know the game. I'm not playing. You know what I mean? I want people to rock out, but when you break in the rules, we got to pack you up, right? So again, we're talking about Sinéad O'Connor found unresponsive in her house, in her London home, and people are talking about the story, and I want to break it down for you. This woman most likely self-deleted or was deleted by the sauce, the potion sauce. You know what I'm talking about? The pandemic sauce, the sauce your job told you got to take or you're going to be fired. It is said that, and this is just what people are saying, that she was an advocate for the sauce, and how she, I guess, got a second dose or something along them lines. So when you start putting two and two together, you start to get, different scenarios. Also, it is said that she had issues with some sort of drugs, struggled with, some sort of depression or some sort of stuff like that. She had a son that basically self-deleted. See, I did the research. You understand? So I know some things about Miss O'Connor that a lot of people don't know because they don't do the research. You have to do the research. You have to go and you have to study to find out what's going on first, right? So now let me read up a couple of things. First, let me let the video play so we can get an understanding of the news, and then we're going to break down some information that I found about her so we can learn a little bit more about her. Most of y'all probably don't know who she is. You know what I'm saying? She's an Irish singer, converted to Islam, and I believe she converted to Islam in 2018. She converted to Islam, and she's Irish, right? And I guess she just took on the faith or the belief system of Islam to, I guess, find her way. And it is said that her son self-deleted. That's right, self-deleted. These are things that you have to consider while we're doing what we're doing in terms of investigating this situation. You have to know where she came from, what's going on, and so forth. You know what I mean? Give me a second here. All right. So you gotta understand that knowing a person's background will give you an understanding of where they're going, because I got a lot of stories I got to cover regarding the potion sauce. There's a lot of people that are dropping like flies, and there's a lot of things that is happening, and people are not paying attention to this. A lot of people are dropping, and it's happening every single day, but nobody is paying attention to it because, we're caught up on trends. We're caught up on, what sells in terms of content, and we're not really paying attention to the signs that's happening right now. Let me see. Hold on a second. Boy. All right. Okay. All right, let's play this news story, see what we got here, and then we'll get back into the talking points of what we have to share. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Let me get this volume up. And if I look at the chat, like I said, because I'm not paying attention to the chat, if I look at the chat and I see the C word or the J word, we just going to pack you up. All right. Get you up on out of here. And that's about it. So let me comb through chat real quick. Because, I'm tired of repeating myself with grown adults that just don't listen. So let me see. Because I don't see, there's no mods on deck right now. So normally I just block everybody. So, or just turn off the chat all in, because I don't got no time, I don't got no time to be playing around. You do this every single time, and it just gets you frustrated talking to adults and they're just not listening.
Bad news tonight. Irish singer Sinéad O'Connor has died. Her biggest hit was Nothing Compares to You, and nothing much compared to that fabulous song. But the singer, most famous for her 1992 SNL appearance, during which she tore up a photo of Pope John Paul II in protest of the sexual abuse of children by the church. The Grammy winner is survived by 3 children. Her son Shane died by suicide in 2022. Sinead O'Connor was 56 years old.
So you can clearly see that her son pretty much self-deleted, and, he's out of the picture because of whatever reason. I don't know why he self-deleted it, but that's what happened. And when you look at the situation with her son and then her success over the years, she had a lot of trouble, a lot of issues, and depression. And we're going to go through a list of different things that she dealt with. But just know for the record that her son self-deleted, right? So that had to, I guess, either trouble her. See, I don't know all of the background of what she'd been through during that time, or what are the implications of the situation with the son. But I probably got to look into that to find out a little bit more, to see how close they were, before I speculate in other areas. Got to find out what's happening with the situation. What's going on? What's going on is start the video from the beginning and listen to it. That's what's going on. It's a dumb question. What do you want me to do? Stop, rewind back the tape, and play my voice through the microphone? Not making any sense. Seriously. And these are adults, I mean, if you want to know what's going on, you scroll back, right, to the beginning, and, you'd be good. Let me see what's happening here. I keep getting interrupted with a bunch of damn text messages. Boy. Don't understand this mess. Okay. Where was I? Okay. Let me just, I think I was going off on somebody in the chat. Is there anybody else I need to pack up? Let me see. Because, people come here to seeking attention because their father wasn't home, so I guess they think that I'm their daddy or something, that I gotta get them some private attention or something. I don't get it. Let's see. breathing woman TV says blood sacrifice. Blood sacrifice what? What blood sacrifice? Who blood sacrificed her? This, again, people, you have to understand something, because it seems like anytime somebody die, it's a blood sacrifice. That's crazy. All right? People die every single day, and it's not a blood sacrifice. You'll know when something is a blood sacrifice if you understand what a sacrifice is. A lot of y'all just watch videos. A lot of y'all just watch me. And you hear things and you just run with it. You know what I'm saying? You have to do your research, not just say things to be entertaining, because a lot of people are dumb. They just believe anything they hear. I try to break things down to make sense of it. You understand? This woman is 50-something, 56, well, she died at 56, right? And she had a lot of struggles, dealt with drugs. She had the potion sauce. She had a son that deleted, you know. So when you factor in all of that other stuff, she was found in her home unresponsive, right? She wasn't shot in back of her head. And they already done told you in the news exactly what went down and how they ruled the case. So when you think logically and you understand that this woman had the sauce, you know what I mean? I think 2 doses or whatever the case is, it catches up. And now, again, like, I'm going to be showing you a lot of content, and I'm trying to break this thing down to you in hopes that you would, you know, grab hold of the truth so you learn, because a lot of people are not learning. They're just entertained with BS. So now let me read a couple of things here. So she converted to Islam in 2018, right? She converted to Islam. It says some Muslims are disappointed that the Irish singer and lifelong activist religious identity is not being highlighted in tributes. I guess they mad about that. Let me see what else we got here. I guess people took it to social media and started saying that, you know, like right after she passed, they was like, oh, it was the sauce, it was the potion. You know what I mean? So a lot of sites are trying to discredit those people, saying they're crazy, they're spreading lies. Some saying that she self-deleted because she was under pressure. She couldn't deal with it. She was dealing with depression and various other issues. Let me read a couple of these things. I'm not putting it on the screen because it got all these trigger words in it. So I got to keep everything clean. Someone had said, one other absolutely potion sauced person, Sinéad O'Connor, dies at 56 years. In fact, the potion sauce will not be the trigger. However, it could be the trigger too. Interesting. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. Okay, we back. It says, however, it could be the trigger to not less than value, noting that she took a number of doses of an experimental potion sauce. Appears affordable to level that out. And this is pretty much comments from other people that are saying these things. Jason Goodbye. Somebody should have told you. You know what I'm saying? And those of you that are in the chat, if you really wanted to help out, you know what I'm saying? Like, warn people. You see that I'm busy. I got shit that I got to do. If you're in the chat, just give people a reminder. Something simple as, hey guys, keep the comments clean, no C word, no J word, use a syringe, help out, participate. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, because people are just going to be getting blocked left and right. Some of these people ain't even going to know why they're getting blocked. You know what I mean? They're going to learn the hard way, sign up under another YouTube account. It is what it is. But it is what it is, man. Let me get back to the points here. Let me see. So these comments is coming from other people that are saying that it was the sauce that killed her. You know what I mean? Because nowadays, it's like when people die, you got to understand that there's an agenda. There's an agenda to take people out. There's an agenda. You know, they make no mistake about it. So when you see people pass away suddenly, or people hearts stop beating and people collapsing on a field, oh, it was a blood sacrifice. No, it wasn't, dumbass. Pay attention in class and learn. People that have these issues have the sauce. You understand? Again, look at Jamie Foxx. Look at Jamie Foxx, y'all. That man still ain't coming out of the woodworks. He in hiding right now. You know? Man came out with a whole film talking about they cloned Tyrone, and the whole film explained what happened to him. Think about that. The whole film explained what happened to him. And he's lost in the sauce right now. Why? Because he took the potion. AJ Benza brought that out. He said that he was forced to take the sauce. So, hey, by the pure fact that we see what's happening with Jamie is a clear indicator of what's going on right now. People are dropping like flies. And like I said, I got a lot of videos that I'm going to be covering, and I'm going to show you all the signs. And I'm going to stay speaking in code, you know, because it's like you got to tread lightly in these streets. You got to speak in code. So now let me see. A lot of people are saying there's no proof that Sinéad O'Connor died out of the blue from the sauce. Well, you know, people can say what they want to say. This is America, last time I checked. And if she took the sauce, then most likely the time release of it met its maker, and, you know, it is what it is. So it says that she was born, you know, Sinead, or what do you call it? Sinead Marie, what is that? Bernadette O'Connor on December 8th, 1966. Sinead O'Connor was an Irish singer and musician who launched 10 studio albums and gained the Grammy Award for Finest Different Music Efficiency after receiving a number of nominations. So we're trying to get a little understanding of who she is, where she came from, and so forth. And peace and blessings to everybody coming in the chat, saying hello, and so forth. Make sure you get the likes up on the stream, fam. Likes are for free. Shouldn't cost you anything. You know, last time I checked, if you click the like button, you don't get no money deducted from your checking account. But if you would like to support the stream, you can hit that Cash App, right? So it says on Wednesday, the 26th of July, 2023, her household introduced that Sinéad O'Connor died on the age of 56 in an announcement to the Irish instance. Let's see. Let me see. I'm just reading what it says. It says, it's with nice disappointment. That's crazy. With nice, I don't know. Maybe that's a different way of speaking, but it says, with nice disappointment that we announce the passing of our beloved Sinéad. Her household and associates are devastated and have requested privateness at this very troublesome time. How could it be private if y'all make the information public? It doesn't make any sense. You know, the information is never private when it goes public, right? Hey, how you doing, Sherelle? Sherelle's in the building. All right. So it says, let's see, her household didn't announce Sinéad O'Connor's reason behind loss of life. Neither has it been reported by any reliable media outlet. Subsequently, anybody who claims that Sinéad O'Connor died from this or that trigger is probably going whatever. I guess they're saying don't listen to anybody that says she died of the sauce. Well, how could that person say don't listen to anybody that say she died of the sauce when she's dead and they ain't tell us what she died from? People have a right to speculate. And if the woman was sauced up, then I can say she died of the damn sauce, period. It's like what they're trying to do, fam, is they don't want nobody to question the sauce. They don't want nobody to say, oh, it was the potion. The potion sauce did it. They don't want nobody to question it because they don't want to stir anyone up. But if you look at all of the things that have been happening, because we got to talk about, you know, LeBron's son later on. We got to talk about him because his career is over. Like, I'm just letting you know, his career is done. You see? It's pretty much over. We got to talk about that a little later. So they're going to try to discourage you from listening to people like me and make you think that we all crazy, right? So they're basically telling you that anybody who claims that Sinéad O'Connor died from the sauce, you know, don't pay them no mind. That's dumb. You know? Let me see. Sinéad O'Connor had psychological well-being issues. It goes on and says Sinéad O'Connor had been open about her psychological well-being struggles for a few years now, even sharing them publicly on social media. On April 4th, October 2007, she revealed on the Oprah Winfrey Present that she was identified with bipolar dysfunction 4 years earlier. In 2012, she canceled a tour after affected by a very severe breakdown. Her psychological well-being additionally suffered after she underwent a radical hysterectomy in 2015. In 2021, she informed The Guardian that she was additionally identified with complicated post-traumatic stress dysfunction, PTSD, and borderline persona dysfunction, and had been out and in of the hospital for psychological well-being therapy. She even known as the St. Patrick's Psychiatric Hospital in Dublin, her second residence. Wow. So you can clearly see that she had some things going on with her, right? It says, thank God I spent quite a lot of the final 6 years there. As a result of in any other case, I would have been alive. Wow. She says, I'm 10% bipolar and approximately 40% complicated traumatic stress, and the remainder is borderline persona dysfunction. So she has some issues, right? Again, what we're trying to discover is the truth. We don't want to just say, oh, you know, it was a blood sacrifice. They did a ritual with her. Well, who did it? Who did that? You don't got no names. You don't got no suspects. See, when you're doing an investigation and you're breaking something down, you got to first start with the truth and lay down the foundation of who the person is, what they struggle with, what's going on. That way we could put the pieces together. You know what I mean? So we know she had a son that self-deleted. That could have been an issue that was passed down through the bloodline, because if she's dealing with all of these issues, then you know there's something going on with her. And based on reports, she also entertained the idea of self-deletion. We're going to bring out all that information because, like I said, I'm reading this particular article stuff here. Let me see. I'm not sure if this is the son. Let me see. I'm not sure if this is the son. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Okay. Sinéad O'Connor tried self-deletion a number of times. Now, let's bring this thing out. Let's bring this thing out here. It says Sinéad O'Connor battled ideas of self-deletion. And you know what self-deletion is? That's the S word. Do not post that in the chat because that triggers the algorithm. If you post that in the chat, I'm blocking you. Just that simple, right? If anybody posts the S word, and y'all all know what self-deletion mean, right? If you post the S word, right, which rhymes with homicide, we're just going to block you and pack you up. So, hey, if you want to be made an example of to test the system to see if it works, then, hey, by all means, just have fun with it. We'll just pack you up. So it says that Sinéad O'Connor battled ideas of self-deletion for a few years and even tried self-deletion a number of occasions. This September 2011 tweet even resulted in a go-to by the police. She says, "I wish to go to heaven, so unhealthily, have for years, can't handle any extra, badly want, could die without it running youngsters' lives." So she had some issues. She had some issues. It's really crazy. She definitely had some issues, man. Let me see what else we got here. Okay. She would later inform The Guardian that she tried self-deletion a number of occasions previously. So this woman has a history of attempted self-deletions many times. You understand? This is what she's done, man. This is what she's been doing, fam. Let me see if I could do this. Yeah, that seems more appropriate right there. Right? So, start self-deleted or possibly sauced up with the potion, and people are trying to figure out what happened. So we're going to wait to see what the medical examiners have to say. We know a lot of times they take time. Some of them, they get the information right away. I just wanted to I want to do the story in a way where we learn about her past, learn about her history. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is, man. Let me see. Somebody said a sacrifice to make us forget about Jamie Foxx. I just said earlier 1,000 times. Yeah, I got to pay attention in class. Sinéad O'Connor was found unresponsive, right? This is not no blood sacrifice, right? This is a woman who had serious issues. I'm reading it to you, right? This is a woman who wanted to die. A woman who said that she tried on many occasions to take herself out. So we would have to wait for the medical examiner to pretty much let us know, was there any drugs in her system? You know, perhaps she took some sort of drug and took herself out. You get what I'm saying? It's either that or it's the sauce. I've been doing content for years. I don't see blood sacrifice here. You can't just label everything a blood sacrifice just because it sounds nice. Ooh, blood sacrifice. Who sacrificed her? That's the first question I'm going to ask you. Who sacrificed her if it's a blood sacrifice? Who? Do you have any leads? Who would benefit from taking her out at 56 years old? Could anybody tell me that? Could anybody tell me who benefits from taking her out? Could anybody tell me? Could you give me one person that benefits from taking her out? One person. Because a lot of you are just dumb. I'm just calling it what it is. You're just dumb. Who benefits from taking her out? You see? And how could they take her out if she's in her own home and she's unresponsive? Who broke in the house? Because nobody broke in. Nobody broke in her house. She was found unresponsive. You know? See, a lot of times people want things to be one way, but you have to know about the person. You know? When you look at situations like Gilly the Kid making $100 million deal, and then his son mysteriously dies. When you put two and two together, one person benefits, the other person checks out, blood sacrifice. You put the pieces together. Young brother, 25, checks out early. That's not supposed to happen. This woman is 56 years old, lived her life already. So who stands to benefit from her checking out? Who stands to benefit? You know? Nobody got any names. And that's my point. So you just can't label something to make it sound interesting, to kind of make people be like, ooh. No, that's not how you do things. Because when I do my content, I don't do my content to waste your time. Her net worth was estimated in the Irish Daily Mail in 2021 as $5 million. But the website's celebrity net worth estimated it today as $500,000. So her net worth, based on what it is today, is $500,000. But attention will soon turn to which friends and relatives could receive money from her estate. So all she had was $500,000. Interesting blood sacrifice, right? Not much money there. See what I'm saying? Not much money can, and you know, you're just not going to be able to receive her money unless you are next of kin or someone who is on file. You know what I mean? A beneficiary or something. So she did not have millions of dollars. She didn't have anything. So when you think about it, $500K, and you know, you have a home, you're not really doing anything right now. I don't know. This is just, it's interesting. Another article says that her net worth is $1.5 million, but that doesn't mean that she has that in the bank. That could mean all her assets and everything put together. It says, however, it's worth noting that financial troubles plagued her later in life. So she had a lot of financial troubles, right? Again, ladies and gentlemen, when the way I do my content, right? The way I do my content, I take you through the storyline of understanding the person, the whereabouts, the who, the how, the when, so that you can get an understanding of what's going on. So now it clearly says, what is Sinéad O'Connor net worth? It says, as for net worth, at the time of her unfortunate passing in July 2023, Sinéad O'Connor had a net worth of $1.5 million. However, it's worth noting that financial troubles plagued her life later in life. So basically what they're saying is her net worth was 1.5. But again, that doesn't mean that's what's in her account. You know what I mean? And it says that financial troubles plagued her later in life. So she probably was down and out. You see what I mean? She probably was down and out and had a lot of issues financially. And you know how it is with a lot of people, man. A lot of people, when they have financial problems, man, their first idea is, I got to check out. You know what I mean? They pull the plug. So it's either that or the sauce. Now, being that her son pretty much checked out by self-deletion, then you have to conclude that there's a possibility that maybe she did the same thing. This is why we need the report from the medical examiner. That way we can add that to the case and put it all together. You understand? Remember, with everything we done thus far, she struggled with, bipolar, depression. She had different episodes of trying to self-delete. Her son self-deleted. You know what I'm saying? She had issues with drugs. So you're talking about a person that probably was seeing demons. You're dealing with somebody that tried to get into religion, She at one point tore up an image of the Pope because she was against the church in terms of the Catholic Church messing with young boys. So it is what it is, man. Let me see what else we got with this article here. Let me see where we at. Okay, so it says that she battled with the idea of self-deletion. Okay, we read that part. She wanted to die. It says it in the article. She says, let me see. Okay, prior to now, I've made a number of self-deletion makes and attempts. I might take the tablets and say to God, okay, listen, this is not no game, fam. Look, let me put this on the screen, man, because y'all think this is a game. Y'all think this is a game, fam. This is not a game. I'm trying to get y'all the game so y'all understand. Like I said, I don't just rush to nonsense and speak gibberish to you. I break down the information, So check this out, fam. Check this out. I ain't just here talking to myself. I'm actually reading because I do research. Again, it says that Sinéad O'Connor battled the idea of self-deletion for a few years and even tried self-deletion in a number of occasions. This September 2011 tweet even resulted in a go-to by the police. It says, I wish to go to heaven, so unhealthy. So I don't know if she's saying that she's unhealthy or it's an unhealthy thought. She says have for years, which means for years she wanted to check out. She says can't handle any extra. This is what she's saying, y'all. Badly could, I guess, die without it ruining youngsters' lives. I don't know. Listen, this is what she dealing with, man. You know what I mean? So it goes on and says she would later inform the Guardian that she tried self-deletion a number of occasions previously. So if you look up the Guardian and go do your research, right, you will find that this is something she talked about, right? And make sure you get the likes up on the stream, fam. Likes are for free. Okay. So it goes on. It says, prior to now, I've made a number of self-deletion, right, attempts. I might take the tablets and say to God, okay, it's as much as you resolve, after which, after all, I might get up 3 or 4 days later. Did you just finish reading what we just Are you getting this? So she practiced doing this, fam. Now, I'm not making this up. This woman would go and get some pills, and she said she would wake up 3 to 4 days later. It's crazy. She additionally grew to become, you see the word right there, after her hysterectomy in 2015, telling The Guardian. So she's been telling The Guardian. I don't know what The Guardian is. Maybe it's a blog, a website, some sort of company. I don't know. Right? So it says, no one had defined me. No one had defined to me or my household that she's going to be a loopy bitch as a result of took her ovaries for no purpose. I don't know what's going on there. So the kids had been scared for me. Raging. I used to be livid. I used to be fully gone. This woman had problems. This woman had problems, y'all. Per week after her son loss of life in January 2022. So that means her son self-deleted last year. So that's fresh. That's fresh news in her mind, fam. Yeah, she was definitely fighting demons. Definitely. And this is why I'm saying, this is why I'm leaning more towards self-deletion or the sauce. You know what I mean? It's more so towards self-delete. That's why I want to see the medical examiner. I want to hear what the medical examiner got to say about it. This ain't no blood sacrifice. This is a woman that had demons in her mind tormenting her. All sorts of issues with stress and problems, probably hallucinate and all sorts of crazy stuff. Right? So it says per week after her son's loss of life in 2022, I guess she was briefly admitted to the hospital after posting numbers of tweets that she had determined to observe his path. What? Are y'all listening to that, y'all? Are y'all listening to this? I don't think y'all. Let me read that again. I don't think you get it. I don't think you got it. It says per week after her son's loss of life in January 2022, right? Sinéad was briefly admitted to the hospital after posting. Notice, she was admitted to the hospital after posting a number of tweets that she had determined to observe his path. In other words, she said to herself in the tweets, I'm gonna check out. That's what she said. This is crazy. Again, ladies and gentlemen, only on Ringo TV Reactions will you find the best breakdowns ever. This woman made several tweets that she's going to follow the path of her son. Once they got a hold of those tweets, they admitted her to the damn hospital. They put her in the hospital, fam. They was like, hold on, you tripping. She had problems, man. Now, I don't know if they had her on medications or if she had some caretaker or something in the house. I don't know. I'm just responding to the story, making sense out of a crazy situation, right? So it says simply weeks earlier than her loss of life, Sinéad O'Connor tweeted in regards to the ache of dropping her son, saying that she was dwelling an undead nighttime creature since he died. What? She was dwelling an undead nighttime creature since he died? Listen, that's the demon, man. That's the demon that been tormenting her, fam. That's the demon. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy, y'all. So she made a post, right? Let me see if I can bring this out, fam. Let me see if I can bring this out. Because I just like reading in the background, but I'm going to add these things to the screen. Just so that we can have context and you could see that I'm not making this up, right? I don't make stuff up. I don't make stuff up just so that y'all can be like, woo, no. We don't do that. I want to hear what the medical examiner has to say so it can substantiate the points that I'm making. Because again, when I do the breakdowns, I'm doing them based on what I know. Not just running my traps saying whatever come to mind, but looking at the circumstances with a, open mind, thinking rationally. And based on the story and based on the things that I'm getting, this woman had a lot of problems, man. She had demons that was tormenting her in the mind. Right? So now let me add this into the stream. Hold on a second. Okay. So she must have made a post. It says hashtag lost my son, my 17-year-old son, to self-deletion in 2022. So she's making these posts. Been dwelling on an undead nighttime creature since. He was the love of my life, the lamp of my soul. He had been one soul in two halves. He was the one that ever cherished me unconditionally. And this be the case with a lot of mothers. A lot of times, a lot of mothers, they're dealing with posts like, postpartum depression, because she's looking at the son was the only one that really loved her unconditionally. So she's dealing with a lot of issues. She says, I'm misplaced within the bardo without him. So she feeling misplaced. She's haunted by demons. She's dealing with drugs. She's going out of her mind. You see that? It goes on and says, now this does not essentially imply that Sinéad O'Connor died all of a sudden after committing self-deletion, whereas it's definitely potential that she dedicated, to self-deletion. There is no such thing as a proof of that, but well, in my opinion, my thoughts is that the situation here is that she died of self-deletion, or perhaps the potion source had its run and decided to, stop her heart, because nowadays in the news, we're hearing a lot about people's hearts are stopping, people having all sorts of different issues. We heard about Jamie Foxx having blood clots. So, the news is out there. We're just going to put the pieces together because we want to make sure that people get the proper information. Again, I'm speculating, but I'm also breaking down the information of her past so that we can understand who she is. You know what I mean? That way, when the medical examiner come out with a definitive answer, we can now put it together and we could do an update video and say, okay, boom, the medical examiner said that they found drugs in her system. Once you find that, then okay, this is a self-deletion. You know what I mean? She decided to check out. And then they might have other issues. It says that she's having financial issues. There's a lot of problems, man. So let's see what else we got. Okay. Till and accepted her household. On the Irish authorities verify that Sinead O'Connor died from self-deletion. It will be incorrect to leap to that conclusion. Truth number 4, Sinead O'Connor had historical past of drug use. Okay, let's break it down and see what we got. Sinead O'Connor had a protracted historical past of drug use. She smoked hashish. I don't know what in the world that is. Somebody could probably fill in the blanks for some 34 years and solely went to a rehabilitation century in 2016 to deal with her dependencies. So based on this, we can see that based on the facts, she struggled with drugs. She had issues. You see what I mean? She had some problems, man. In 2021, Sinead O'Connor recounted how she and her fourth husband, what? Wait a minute now. Her fourth husband, y'all. Now, ladies, don't get upset with me, but I got to give you the truth. When you lay with a man, every time you lay with a man, right? For you ladies that like sleeping around 304, every time you lay with a man, you take in his DNA, which means you're going to go through a metamorphosis. You're going to begin to transform into the image and the likeness of the man that you were sleeping with. Each time you lay with a man, you traumatize yourself even more if he's a toxic man, which means your mental state grows worse, right? So being that she had 4 husbands, she's totally ruined mentally. Those men have totally destroyed her mind because you're taking in the DNA of men. Now, you might think that you're just having fun trying to get yours by sleeping around, but every time you sleep around with another guy, you're taking on the demons that he carry, because we know that you're not dealing with a righteous quality man. We know that, right? Because if you were, you would have been a wife already. Because there's no way a righteous man is going to get with a woman that's supposed to be a good woman, and he don't take her under his wing and take care of her. So typically you're getting with guys that are no good, right? And you're allowing these guys to plant their DNA inside your body, right? You're allowing these guys to impregnate you. So now you're taking care of their babies, and you're dealing with the trauma and the drama that came with it. And if you broke up with these guys, I know you got trauma. And you're dealing with the heartache and the pain of the breakup. This woman had 4 husbands. 4. You know? So she's stained completely with the DNA of these guys. And it is what it is, man. Somebody said it's called imprinting. Whatever it is called, imprinting, pair bonding, soul tie, you know, the DNA. She has been stamped. And this is why a lot of you ladies can't get over your past, is because the demons of your past are still haunting you. A lot of you ladies can still remember the relationships that you had with the toxic men. You can't get it out of your mind. Why? Because the demons, you don't want to acknowledge it, but you're still carrying it from the past. You're still carrying the devils that you've allowed in your body. Sounds a little creepy and scary, but it's the truth. You know, when you let a man release his spirit in you, you got to understand something, ladies. Listen to me very carefully. A lot of y'all out here in these streets, y'all don't understand that when a man releases himself, when a man busts a nut, right, he's releasing his spirit inside of you, right? That's life force. When he's holding on to you and he's penetrating you and he releases himself at that moment, there's a transfer of energy, DNA. It's not just, oh, he came. No. He has released his spirit in you. It's spiritual. You just took in his demons. See, if he's a righteous quality man, then you're blessed by his seed. You're blessed by his DNA. His DNA blesses you every time y'all get it in. But when you deal with a toxic man, you're just taking in devils, demons. And this is why you look at a lot of sisters today. A lot of women be crazy. You know what I mean? Just look at all these women in the industry that have like 4 or 5 different husbands, babies by everybody. They crazy. Got mental problems. You can't fix them. They could go to the therapist all they want. They can never get fixed. You know what I mean? So it says that let me see. Okay. In 2021, Sinéad O'Connor recounted how she and her 4th husband, Barry Hurridge, ended up scoring some crack cocaine on their marriage ceremony night time in Las Vegas. Oh, man. You see, ladies and gentlemen, this woman was dealing with drugs, fam. This woman was dealing with drugs. So I know she had problems. And if I could get a little personal with you, just for transparency, my mom's, fam. My mom was on crack cocaine, man, when I was a young boy. You know what I'm saying? On up into my early teens, like around, you could say around 13, 14. And that's when she got sobered up and cleaned up, got herself together and, you know what I mean? Got herself right. But my mom was on crack cocaine, so I know exactly what goes down. Nobody could tell me nothing. Because during the crack era, everybody was hooked on crack. Somebody's moms, either your moms, your pops, your uncle, somebody in your family was on crack. And if you say, oh, nobody in my family was on crack, you lying. Either you just didn't know or you were too young to understand. But my mom ended up overcoming drugs and whatnot. So I know what drugs does. I know what it does to people. I seen it. I saw the effects. You know what I'm saying? When you come back to the crib and your Nintendo is not there and you wondering, where my Nintendo, Ma? What happened to my Nintendo? Your mom sold it for crack, bro. That's how bad it was. I remember, see, the hood that I was from, you know what I mean? All of the dealers and everybody that's out there, I knew who was who. And I remember, and what's so crazy about this, fam, the dealers will sell crack to your moms. They don't care. You know what I mean? They don't care. They trying to make $1. But I'm going to tell you, there was one particular time, fam, my mom took everything in the crib, all the electronics, everything, and went out there and sold it to different people, like sold it to like 4 different people, fam. Sold my Nintendo with like 80-something, 100-something games, sold everything, man, for just $20. You see what I'm saying? $20. Sold the TV. She sold the TV, the Nintendo, all my games to like 4 different people. You want to hear the testimony? Because people in the neighborhood were so tightly connected, they knew that she was pretty much lit with them damn drugs. So what they did is, being that they know her, they gave her, you know, whatever money she wanted. They held on to the merchandise. But guess what they did? They came back to the crib and returned everything right back to me. Ain't that something? Each one of those people that she sold stuff to, they knew who mom that was. They knew who I was. That's how crazy it is. They came right back to the door. It's like, yo, man, your mom out there in them streets, bro. You know, I didn't want to hold on to this stuff. You know what I mean? I know this is your stuff. You know, you're a young brother. I see you up and down the street. You probably like wondering where your games. She came to me, you know, selling the games and all that. So here are your games. Another person came, brought back the TV. Another person came back, brought back the VCR. You know what I mean? So I know what them drugs do. And it says it right here that Sinéad O'Connor said that her and her fourth husband pretty much was scoring some crack cocaine on their marriage ceremony. So on the ceremony, fam, on the ceremony, they doing crack, bruh. That's crazy. That's some crazy stuff, fam. That's why when I talk about these things, I know what I'm talking about. Other people, you know, you got a lot of people, man, they be embarrassed to talk about this. Embarrassed for what, bruh? If you grow up in these streets, if you grow up in them times, I already know what it is. Ain't nothing embarrassing, fam. You know, my mom was the best mom in the world, fam. The best. You know what I mean? I mean, even Tupac talked about his mom being on crack, about she was a crack fiend mama, but she was a black queen. She took care of the family, you know? I mean, when she was on the drugs, she was a whole different person. But see, you have to understand, the powers that be put the drugs in the community. A lot of people think crack, oh, she's a crackhead, or oh, he's a crackhead. Let me tell you something, fam, because a lot of y'all don't understand the crack era. People were getting hooked on crack just after one smoke, just after one snort. They were hooked. You see like how today everybody's smoking weed, you know, doing all of that other stuff? Well, back in the day, crack was that drug. Crack was the drug that you got at the party to get high, to feel good. And people would try to use it recreational. And what happened was they got hooked. Working class people, fam. Because my mom, she had a job, but she was on crack. You know what I mean? And then eventually it messed her up to the point where she didn't have no more job. You see what I mean? So people would try it just to get a taster's test, and then they hooked, fam, for life. For some people, till their death. Some people were able to break free. Some people had messed up their health. It ruined them, man. That's why I don't make fun of people. Oh, there go the crackheads over there. I don't make fun of those people. Back in the days, you know how many people I had to punch in the face for talking shit? Hey, yo, your mom's a crack. Bam. Person on the floor. Me and my brothers would do them in. You know what I mean? Because you disrespecting. You don't disrespect Mom Duke. I don't care what's going on. Because see, once you understand what people go through, it's like when you see homeless people outside and they struggling. I don't laugh at homeless people. They fucked up right now. That ain't no joke. Them people out there outside starving. They got to figure it out. Matter of fact, some homeless people stronger than most of you. You won't last a day in the streets. You understand? You won't last a day in the streets. If we put you homeless for 1 week, you'll be crying. You'll be crying. Please put me back in my house. Put you out in the cold winter, and you feel that chill up your spine, you're gonna be crying. So I understand. You know what I mean? I understand what homeless people go through. So it goes on and it says that in November 2020, she entered a drug rehabilitation facility for a 12-month to hunt therapy for trauma and dependency to a distant drug. You see? So she dealt with a lot of demons, man. And when you on crack, you dealing with demons. I remember seeing the demons. It goes on and says, I had a really traumatic 6 years, and this 12th months was the top of it. However, now restoration begins. This 12 months, I misplaced somebody beloved and had affected me so badly that I grew to become briefly hooked on a drug apart from weed. So not only was she taking crack cocaine, but she was on weed too. She smoked weed too. It says, whereas it's believable, given her historical post-drug historical past of drug use, this doesn't imply that Sinéad O'Connor died all of a sudden from a drug overdose. Now, again, the person who made the article is just saying that it doesn't mean that she died of, you know, it does. You know what I'm saying? You got to put it together. You know, it says till and except her household of Irish authorities verify that Sinéad O'Connor died from a drug overdose. It will be incorrect to leap to that conclusion. Well, nobody's saying for a fact that she died of OD. You know what I mean? Nobody's saying that for a fact, but you can speculate, you know? But yeah, that's what that situation is right there. Let me see. Okay. So we got that part out the way. Okay, is there any more? I mean, there's more, but I'm not putting any more on the screen. I'll just read it. It says Sinéad O'Connor was absolutely potioned up, let's say. Meaning like she took the potion. And it could be 2021, Sinéad O'Connor tweeted a photograph, now deleted, together with her son, Shane, and shared that they each obtained their second dose of the potion sauce, the injection, the pandemic, right? Second potion right now, my pretty 17-year-old previous son coming with me. So basically, her and her son went in and got their second dose, right? So now the person that wrote the article is saying, nevertheless, that doesn't imply that she died of the potion sauce injection aspect impact. In spite of everything, she obtained that dose greater than 12 months in the past. She cannot presumably have suffered from a potion aspect impact as a result of they seem inside hours or days, not months and later. Okay. Let's see. Delicate unintended effects like injections, website, ache, fever, muscle ache, headache, develop inside minutes to hours of the potion sauce. It just goes into a whole bunch of other different things, fam. I'm not going to waste my time reading anymore because it's just a lot of reading. You know what I mean? It's a lot of reading. But anyway, based on everything we shared thus far, right? It would be safe to say, based on all the things we just finished reading, that there's a possibility that Sinéad O'Connor may have allegedly died by the potion sauce or perhaps self-deletion due to the demons that she'd been battling. You know what I mean? It would make sense. But at the same time, we're going to wait for the medical examiner, hear what they got to say. Because she dealt with drugs, stress, bipolar issues, depression, all sorts of different issues. There's so many stuff that we read. I'm like, man, this woman had a wild life. Right? So, hey, it is what it is, man. We're going to try to wait and see what the medical examiner got. Maybe we'll get you some more updates on what further happened. But my initial thoughts based on this story is that It could be the sauce took its toll and she probably had, you know, an episode, a medical episode. Maybe they might tell us that her heart stopped. You never know how they're going to spin the whole thing, but they're going to have some sort of information. We might get the information today, you know? Maybe it already came out and I just didn't find it yet. But it's looking more like self-deletion though. Even though I'm leaning towards the sauce, I think there's a possibility that she took pills, because if you've been following the stream, she said that she took pills, fam, and how she want to go where her son is. And she pretty much tried deleting herself on several occasions. And it could be the demons that have been talking to her, telling her, take your life, do this, do that, you know? It's crazy, man. But anyway, fam, we're gonna get up on out of here. I gotta get me something to eat, do what I gotta do. Let's see. Give a few shout outs here. Let me see. It's one person here. Okay. Shout out to Diane. Is that it? Diane for the $10 Cash App. All right. So we're going to be back later on with more, fam. So, hey, it is what it is. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Leave your comments, feedback in the comment section. It is what it is. We're going to have an update for you about the story. So my final thoughts is that I believe that she may have self-deleted. That's my first thought, based on the fact that she used the drugs. She suffered with a lot of mental problems. She was seeing demons, and various other issues. It could have been a situation where she just said, look, enough is enough. And she had financial problems too. You factor all of that in with the loss of her son, man, it'll push somebody over the edge, right? That's my first initial thought, is that self-deletion. Second, it could be the potion sauce. Now, once the medical examiner come back with their thoughts, then we'll be able to put the puzzle together and further give you an update. So that being said, appreciate everybody for stopping by and tuning into the stream. Right? But yeah, you really have to pay attention to what's going on and watch your back. You know what I mean? Because it's crazy out here, man. Really is. So we'll catch you later on, fam. I got more streams that I'm going to do later on in the afternoon somewhere, or probably in the night. I'm definitely coming back with more. You know what I mean? So y'all take care. Be safe out there. Do what you got to do. And most importantly, keep the Most High first. Call your mom, call your dad, tell them that you love them. Peace and blessings. I'm out. And make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Ringo TV Reactions, the best reactionary channel on YouTube, hands down, putting in work since 2006. All right? I'll catch you in the next one, y'all. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.